All right, last section. Is it martial arts? What level of skill will I attain?
Is that a martial artist's question?
Well, okay, there's a few things we can explore, right? With martial arts training, you can understand that in competition, that being the inferior, you could get hurt. In life, you can die. This is the reality that martial artists study, and this is the pursuit that martial artists and understanding that they have when they're practicing and cultivating their skills. Martial arts has to do with life and death. How many of the things that we see or we're subjected to, we have the response that it's life and death.
Like when you're in an argument with your partner, does it feel like life and death?
Are you going into fight, flight, freeze, faint, right? Or is it something that you see the opportunity, and you can apply some skill and harmonize? So, being that martial arts has to do with life and death, then we put our all into it. We put blood, sweat, and tears. And we follow the martial moralities. The martial morality, similar to doctors, do no harm and stop the weapon, stop the attack. Don't use the protective use of force, which comes from NVC. And don't apply unneeded force. Don't overshoot the mark. So that comes back to like mediation, asking for respect, asking to be heard. You don't want to overshoot that mark, right? So Tai Chi Chuan teaches us the soft skills and gives us the courage to share the space, especially where there's that conflict. And the martial moralities tell us to be benevolent and to give and love with loyalty, with perseverance, with discipline, with honesty and trust, righteousness, and there's others. So with all of those things, as we're studying and practicing and we're doing these arts, remember that you're not you're downloading an intelligence, especially when you start doing Tai Chi Chuan, you're downloading an intelligence from nature and timeless principles and philosophy and understanding that has withstood the test of time, hence ancient knowledge, ancient technology, and will continue even after we are gone. So martial arts is a deep and vast field to study, especially when you study Tai Chi Chuan. Now, as far as what level of skill one will attain is how much energy you put into practice. Gong Fu is time and energy to achieve a skill and an effort. So in this regard, whenever you have a moment of pressure, stress, or tension, or miscommunication, misalignment, disagreement, that's your opportunity in your practice to say, oh, I will apply some skill here. I will be mindful of this moment, and I appreciate, and I'm in gratitude and grateful. Yeah? This is after you cool down, of course, and then you find the harmony.
I'd say it is not a martial arts. Couples for Tai Chi is not a martial arts.
It's not a martial art.
However, it's rooted in martial arts practices, specifically Tai Chi Chuan practices. And the basic skills that you gain can also serve as basic skills for the martial arts should you decide to study Tai Chi Chuan.
Because martial arts is a dispute resolution system. Martial arts is
in the most urgent situation.
Is the most urgent situation. It is to again, wushu, stop the weapon, and it's to
harmony.
Achieve the fight of no fight, going back to that Taoist concept of doing without doing. So if you can view and see an opponent in martial arts that's the highest level, not as an enemy, but just as energy that needs to be neutralized, harmonized and neutralized,
balanced.
Right, come into balance, you don't see an opponent as an enemy. So you only apply the necessary skill and energy to bring that situation to balance, right? This is what we want in the times of conflict, and understanding how Taiji for couples is a dispute resolution system as well. When there's a dispute and when there's conflict, you want to minimize and mitigate the tendency to go into fight or flight and to push back and resist, right? So we want to mitigate that as much as we can and continue to partnership.
Connect, listen, understand.
Not see opponent, not see enemy, and that's founded upon more so of the nonviolent communication and the mediation. It's not in this course, but supplementary courses to come that reinforce the embodiment of Tai Chi for couples and the practices. Stay tuned for the exercises as we guide you through each of them one by one.
So that brings us to the end of the first section, which is about theory and answering some basic questions. And like Javi said, we're going to move into the exercises. Let's turn the page.